Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I told you today we got good news, and the good news is that the Iranians actually won their oil back from Greece and from the United States. If you're familiar with the issue, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, let's talk about it a little bit. So it was an Iranian tanker with some 12 I think crew members. They were Russians in the Mediterranean Sea, and it had some problems with the engine. They stopped somewhere by the Greece coast or some island, and the Greek government decided that they will seize the vessel under the sanctions of European Unions towards the 12 Russians on board. And then instead of just stopping there, they called their bosses, the Americans, and the Americans showed up. And they said, wait, this is an Iranian enterprise right here with an oil tanker, so we're going to seize the oil. So they got another tanker close to it, sucked the oil, got it, and shipping that was nicely going towards Washington, D.C. The Iranians said, no, hey, Greece, don't do that. We're going to retaliate. Greece said, we got the Americans, we got the European Union, we're safe. And the Iranians seized not one, but two oil tankers in the Gulf. And there are Greek tankers with Greek oil, I think it was. I mean, going towards Greece. And they seized it. Boom. And they said, okay, now we're going to suck your oil and we're going to use it. We're going to take that, what you took from us, Americans, we're going to take from you, Greece. Thank you very much. Thank you. So then the Greeks said, you can't do that. And the Iranians said, watch me. And they did. And the Greece did not do anything. Nothing. The Americans said, we got the oil. Screw you, Greece. So then nothing happened. In the meantime, Iran fought that in court, in a Greek court, and they won. And then the court decided, the appeal and blah, 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 that the Americans have to turn around and come back with the oil and put the oil back and let the Iranians have their oil. That's what they decided. So that's what's happening right now as I speak. All right, so this is an article from Reuters from August 12th, 2022. Iranian tanker reloads oil confiscated by US in Greece. All right. Athens, an Iranian flagged tanker, is reloading oil confiscated in April by the United States after Greek authorities approved the release of the cargo, Iran's embassy in Athens and sources familiar with the matter said on Friday. Imagine, if you can, for a fraction of a second, that would have been, the roles would be reversed. The Iranians would have seized an American tanker or a British tanker and say, you know what, we place sanctions on you, it's ours right now, bye-bye. What do you think would happen? Do you think it would be war the next day or the next minute? Oh my God, Bolton will be celebrating with his mustache. But, you know, this is the way, and they talk about a rule-based world order, right? Like this. All right, so I'm quoting, the operation to transfer Iran's stolen oil to the Lana is underway in Greek waters, and the ship will soon depart for our country with a full shipment of oil, end quote, Iran's embassy in Greece said on its Twitter account. And I'm quoting, the transfer has started, end quote, a source with knowledge of the matter told Reuters on conditions of anonymity. While a second source said the process started on Friday and was expected to be completed in days. Tehran had previously warned of, quote-unquote, punitive actions against Athens over the case, which has strained relations between the two countries after the United States hired a ship to impound the oil from Lana tanker when it was anchored off Greece. Well, the Americans couldn't have done it without Greece's acceptance, right? So there was complicity right there. The U.S. State Department said on July it was, quote unquote, respectful that this case went through the Greek judicial process, end quote. The Lana, formerly the Pegas, had been expected to sail to the United States before Greece's Supreme Court ruled the cargo should be returned to Iran. The ship had been anchored off the Greek port of Piraeus since late July, waiting to reload part of its oil consignment held on the U.S. chartered tanker the Ice Energy. The removal of oil from the Lana prompted the Iranian forces in May to seize 2 Greek tankers in the Middle East Gulf, which have not yet been released. No, you give us oil first, our thing comes close to our shores, lands in our shores over there, not says lands, and then we're gonna give you your little piece of thing. All right, so it says here, Chief of Staff of the U.S. advocacy group United Against Nuclear Iran, which monitors, oh, I gotta tell her name. Her name is Claire Jungmann, or Jungmann, but we say Jungmann, young man. All right, which monitors Iran-related tanker traffic, said Greece, quote unquote, had an opportunity to take a stance. These guys are just starts, and they did. And what happened next? I tell you what Miss Claire Jungmann expected. She expected a little bit of hey boy, and then go and attack, maybe America attack Iran because of the tankers that they seized from Greece. Is that so, Miss Jungmann? And I'm quoting, instead, this decision by the Greek courts tells Iran that there are no repercussions for its hijacking of tankers, Jungmann told Reuters. How old is Jungmann? 5? So in her biblical, I don't know how to call it, she thought that instead she takes it from the half. She didn't take it from the very beginning, from the middle of the issue. She's mad that the courts of Greece, did not rule some, I don't know, however she would like to. It doesn't work like that. How is that? A rule-based world order? Remember that one? So that's what it is. This is the people we're dealing with. So I'm happy for the Iranians, because I think it would be, they just seize their oil, and then the Greeks, that tells you who owns Greece too, right? Well, if it's not that, it's the other ones, because being a small country, you have to be with someone. Otherwise, you have to somehow. That's why when you hear that a country is neutral, you have to ask, what does that country have that is allowed temporarily to be neutral, like Switzerland? I think it's just a convention that we live this country and we do a hanky-panky outside, and that's the center of our finance and all that, and it's one center that allows this kind of things to occur over there, and they're neutral. But they lost neutrality. Remember, Russia said you're not neutral anymore. You implemented all the sanctions of the European Union almost, so you're not neutral. Bye-bye, Switzerland, you lost that medal. Let me grab it from your chest and throw it in the garbage. Good luck, good job, good job. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.